Shalom, family. Well, Becky is at it again. Up in Michigan, there's a case where a so-called white woman who just happened to be I believe either a meth head or a heroin addict, she sent her boyfriend some pictures of her where she had been beat up and blood was running down her face, and she sent a message with it claiming that she was gagged, thrown into the trunk of a car, raped and beat by 4 black men. Okay, and so naturally her boyfriend is infuriated, and you can imagine the thoughts that were going through his head when Becky sends him this information. Come to find out, Becky was lying all along, and she has been arrested for lying and claiming that 4 black men did all of that to her. Now, back in the day, any 4 black men would have been sufficient to charge them with a crime, beat them, hang them, whatever. That's just how things were back then. Even today, that still somewhat happens, but on a different level. Now they say, okay, Becky says you raped her, we believe her, you're going to jail, prison, your life is over. But the fact of the matter is, the fact that Becky can do these things without a conscience and don't care that 4 random black people can be picked up and charged with a crime that they didn't commit. And I don't care about her being on drugs. That ain't no excuse. She had enough presence of mind to say 4 black men. She didn't say 4 Asian men or 4 Arab men. She didn't say 4 white men. She had enough presence of mind to say 4 black men because she knows that is believable and that will cause an outrage among those who can't stand us already. Now, for you so-called black men, haven't Becky lied enough in the past and present for you to say, okay, we better stay away from Becky? Hasn't she lied enough? I mean, history has already shown us what she is capable of. And I don't think that we should have to keep seeing such examples before we realize that these people use us as their scapegoats. They say, well, we'll pin the blame on them, the fault will go to them. Now, if she was beat up and gagged and all this stuff happened to her, it was not 4 black guys, and the police are the ones who determined this. Someone else did it. For all we know, she did it herself. Who knows? She's in jail right now, so she obviously wasn't hurt too bad. But I just want our people to understand that the tide is changing. Someone had left a comment earlier, and they said more and more of us are starting to awaken to who we are dealing with. And that's what makes me happy with doing what I do, and countless others who actually say, okay, I'm going to take the time and I'm going to share this stuff and I'm going to talk about it because some of our people are listening. Some don't want to hear, but some will listen. And so this is who we do this for. Those who want to hear are the ones that we do this for. We understand that some of you are tired of hearing about it. Guess what? I'm tired of talking about it. But because it's still happening, I want to sound the alarm, especially being from Michigan. I lived a good portion of my life there. There's an extreme amount of racism in Michigan, in which a lot of people didn't realize that. We think racism is something that's southern only, for the southern states only. No, it's all over this country, but it's definitely in Michigan on a large scale. Okay, but I just wanted to cover this story because I really need to reach some of our brothers who just don't think Becky is capable of doing these things. Even my own brother has had dealings with Becky's in his life, and he and I have had a conversation about it. And at one time he called me racist, and I said, I'm not racist, that ain't the truth. But I have to tell you these things because Becky is bad news, and she has proven to be that many times in his life, because he's been with more than one Becky. But I told my brother, I said, this ain't got nothing to do with racism. It got something to do with saving your life. So take heed to your sister, okay? Not trying to rain on your parade, but Becky is. So take heed, brother. With that, I'll say shalom.